What's up, YouTube? It's your boy KJ, and I'm back with another banger, baby. Welcome to the channel, if you haven't been here before. But if you have been here before, hey, let's rock out like we always do. Hey, today we're reacting to none other than the great Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. They're doing a little interview over at David Letterman show. And so this was a request from one of my subscribers. So I said, hey, let me just go and deliver on that, because what would it be if I ask for y'all input and I don't never show up? You feel me? So let's get right into it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, guys. And let's get it jumping. Let's get it jumping.
Our NBA legends, their rivalry forever changed the game of basketball. Their relationship is the focus of a new Broadway play entitled Magic Bird, which opened earlier tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Larry Bird and Irvin Magic Johnson.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey. Can't remember the subscriber's name. I'm about to go back to my comments, but yeah, this is one you picked out, man. So we're doing it for you, bro. Two greats. Two greats. And then some people are two goats.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I saw the documentary the two of you did, and I guess it was produced by HBO. I'm right about that. I found it compelling. I found it moving. I found so much humanity in the production.
Yes.
And it stayed with me for quite some time. Now, you guys lived those lives. When you saw the documentary, did you have the same feelings, or was it just, oh yeah, that's us, that's what we did?
Yeah, they did a great job of capturing our feelings and how we feel about one another, but it's really all about the competition. I mean, even today, if we could do something to compete against one another, I'd still like to do that.
Yeah.
Bird got the jokes. Off the top, off the rip, he got the jokes. You feel me? And Magic gonna always hit you with that big smile. You feel me? I've heard a lot of people say something about that to all the videos I watched. Even Bird talks about it. But yeah, let's get back to it.
Magic, you feel the same way?
Oh, I feel exactly the same way. I wish we could compete against each other right now.
Well, you know what you could do is you could go out and buy a baseball team now. There you go.
I thought about buying the Cardinals, but after finding out, I found out Urban paid over $2 billion for the Dodgers. I know the Cardinals are worth at least $500 billion. That's a little bit much.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. When you guys knew each other earlier, everybody knows about the NCAA championship game, 1979. Do I have that date right? But you guys actually played as in some sort of, was it an amateur summer tournament or like that? Where was that?
1979. What a year.
When was that?
Well, it was in Kentucky, and that's the first time probably in both our lives that we actually sat on the bench. And I don't think neither one of us liked that at all, but because we were on the bench, David, and we got a chance to play against the starters every day and at nighttime at practice, and Larry and I were so upset we took it out on the starters. So we beat them.
They took it out on the starter because they was on the bench. You was on the bench because it was your time to be on the bench, guys. It just wasn't time for you to blossom yet. You were gonna get there. They took it out on the starters. Them starters didn't know what hit them.
Every single day, right? At nighttime at practice. And Larry and I were so upset we took it out on the starters. So we beat them every single day, right? But Larry was a special cat because it proved to me this man could really play basketball. I'd heard about him, but I never saw him play live and in person, and he was incredible. I mean, he dominated, and that's what it's all about. So I went back home telling everybody, oh, this Larry Bird guy is for real.
Right. But you guys were kids then. I mean, you're a little older than Magic, but you were what, 17, 18, 19 in that range right in there when that happened?
I think I was 19.
Yeah.
19 or 20, and you probably 18 or 19.
Yeah. And you were, from the beginning, and correct me if I get any of this wrong, because it's your life, and well, you guys ought to know. Magic.
I like the little simple jokes. I like that little condescent. Well, anyway, it's tight. I like it.
Were you inclined early on to become friends with this guy because you were drawn to him because of his basketball abilities? Did you want to be friends with him from the beginning?
From the beginning, I wanted to be friends, but Larry didn't want none of that.
I done heard that a bunch. I done heard that a bunch about you, Larry. I done heard that. But Larry said he didn't want to be friends because in the heart of competition, I wanted to keep that edge. So I feel it.
You know, and so, you know, and so I said, okay, if that's how it's going to be, then we have to be like that. Then, you know, so I started disliking him too. Then, you know, but, you know, he told me that, you know, I smiled all the time, and he knew that I will smile at you, but I want to cut your heart out at the same time. So he knew that that was part of my strategy to get him, lure him in as my friend.
So he didn't want to demonstrate any weakness by becoming your friend. Now, did you feel what his advances to being a friend, and you just rejected them? You were not interested? You didn't like him? I mean, what was your side of that?
It's not like one of my old girlfriends, you know. I mean, when you say advances, I get a little scared. But you know, my thing was when you compete, you're really not friends. You want to keep an edge. And I was like that through high school and through college. But Irvin is an outgoing guy. He loves everybody. He wants to high five. And, you know, he got that big smile. My goal was to try to take 3 of them teeth home with me.
Dawg, you don't get no more cutthroat than that. I'm going to whoop your ass and take that doing a smile off your face.
2 different perspectives. Now, it's interesting because Indiana, Michigan, same generation of basketball, similar players, identical players, similar ideology about playing. Anything to do with the Midwest or the times that you guys came from?
I think it's the Midwest, and I think when you think about Indiana high school basketball, I mean, everybody says it's the best. You think about Michigan, we're right there with Indiana. And so how we were taught to play the game, both Larry and I, and then the way we wanted to play the game as individuals. And so we're mirrors of each other. I may smile a little bit more, but the way we played
No,
the
you smile a
game
lot more.
basketball was exactly the same because we would do anything to win. We didn't care about scoring points. We cared about winning the game and making our teammates better. And that's why I think that, you know, thank you.
Yeah, I can see that. Y'all were some great team players. I can see that. When you look back at the videos of their games, you can see great team players. Now, I'm not saying they didn't have the attributes to get it done themselves. We know they had that. Without a doubt, we know they had that. But you see a lot of team camaraderie between these two. When you see them with their team well-versed, the pass and sharing of the ball, keeping the morale of the team up, I see a lot of that. Now, I don't know if it was any fights and stuff in the locker room. I'm pretty sure that stuff probably happened when you're winning on a high level, playing at such a high level, but it was some great team players. Now, even the teammates speak well of them. So, yeah, that's true.
We were able to change not only basketball, but we were able to change the NBA too.
Facts.
So that was great.
I want to
Facts.
talk about that in a little bit. But so now you guys meet the first time in this summer league tournament, whatever it was. The next time is for the NCAA championship. Is that right? What did that? And it was like a 10-point loss. Am I right, Larry?
Well, it was 10 points. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Them jokes right there be the cool. It was like a 10-point loss. Yeah. Well, thank you, Dave. you know, something that hurt, you know, people say it so freely, and you ain't even got over it, even though it's been all them years ago. You ain't even got over it yet.
It felt more like a 20-point loss, but you know, when you're out there playing and you get started in these games, sometimes you go, uh-oh, these guys are pretty good.
Right.
And I had that feeling at halftime that these guys were too much for us.
Now, at the beginning of the game, did you meet Irvin there?
Why?
Do you remember trying to talk to Larry before the game?
No.
Yeah. You had learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson, and at that time, he was going after something I wanted bad, and I was going after something he wanted bad. So we didn't want to talk. We wanted to get it on and see who was the best.
And in terms,
And that's the way it's supposed to be. Ain't no, hey, I'm not knocking how the NBA is today because things change over time. You have to make room for change because whether you want it to or not, things are always changing. You, me, you and I, or whatever, we're always changing day to day. Even if it's just slight, subtle, you're never the same. Nothing's never the same. So back then, I could understand that with the way they approach the game. No, I don't want to dap you up and all that. I want to keep my competitive edge. And there was a lot of other variables back then too, you know, that circulated pretty heavy. So quite naturally, yeah. They want to keep that edge. I'm not dapping you up. If you don't want to be friends, hey, let's go at this thing. Let's get it on.
in terms of basketball, in terms of your career, in terms of your life and championships, what did losing that championship mean to you, and how did it affect you?
Yeah, that's the toughest one I've ever taken because you know you had all your friends. You're at a college. It's really when you step away from home. I felt in Indiana State they accepted me, brought me in. It was tough, and it's still tough.
Yeah.
But
still tough today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And how about you, Magic? What did winning that title mean for you?
Well, you know,
Another joke.
you just heard him.
Letterman don't stop. What about you, Magic? How did that feel to you?
tough.
Yeah.
But
Still tough today.
Yes,
Yeah.
but-
And how about you, Magic? What did winning that title mean for you?
Well, you know, you just heard him. It's still tough for him.
It's still,
That's cool.
Then you go to Los Angeles, you go to Boston relatively in the same time frame, and your careers in the NBA take off, and the rivalry is cemented or begun anew. And then there's somebody says, we're going to sell shoes. We got a Larry Bird shoe and we got a Magic Johnson shoe. Let's get
Right.
these guys together and we'll shoot a thing. And you did want to do it, didn't want to do it.
well, I wanted to do it because we won the championship that year and we beat Magic.
So yeah.
hey, let's sell some shoes,
feeling
baby.
pretty good.
I
All
beat
right,
Magic. I
good.
got my
Yep.
lick back.
And-
I beat Magic and got my lick back. Let's sell some shoes, doggone it. Let's sell some shoes. This is a good idea. Let's keep breaking the money up.
And then Magic, how did you?
I did not want
do
to
it, yeah.
go to Indiana. They won the championship. I'm going to his home, too. And I protested. I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Quite naturally, if I lose, I don't want to sell no shoes. I don't want to go over there to his house. Come on, man. Let's be real. I feel you, Irvin, but I also feel Bird too. I gotta get off the fence, man. I'm on the fence. I gotta get off the fence. I'm understanding both sides here. I won. This was my turn to win. I know how losing feel. I know how it felt. It feel good to be up right now. Magic's on the downside. He don't want to, I'm pretty sure he's a little depressed. I don't want to talk about nothing that got to do with nothing since I didn't win. So yeah.
The story is that
Go to Indiana. They won the championship. I'm going to his home, too. And I protested. I didn't want to go.
yeah.
I didn't want to go.
The story is that you were reluctant to do it, and you said, "Okay, if you can get
It's
Magic."
called negotiating, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you prevailed because you said, "If you can get him here, we'll do it in my backyard on my." Literally your home court, and that's what happened. Now, and he shows up. What was you when you saw him? Were you leery? Were you worried about he's coming into my house, into my yard?
Well, I had my brothers there, and I was going to fight him.
Gonna fight him.
And
Silly,
if I
man.
couldn't whip him, surely one of them could.
Yeah.
Silly,
No, I
man.
felt, my mom was pretty good about it. She was all excited. My brothers were excited. They loved Magic. The town was excited about having him come in our hometown. And, come from a small town, it's pretty big news.
French lick.
French lick. And
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. David Letterman is not where he at by mistake. Them little sly jokes come from a small town, French lick. He always gonna have a little, he gonna hit you with a little joke, knock your hat off, man. And he make Bird stop in his tracks every time, man. I like that.
the town was excited about having him come in our hometown. And, come from a small town, it's pretty big news.
French lick.
French lick. And they must be from the town over. But he came in and we shot this commercial, had my mom fix lunch, and it was neat. It was pretty neat.
But that, according to the documentary, that was the beginning
Silly,
of
man.
a friendship. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate. We really didn't say too much once I arrived. We actually had never really interacted with each other. So we got to the basketball court. We shot the first half of the commercial. Then it was lunch break. And so I'm going to my trailer thinking I'm going to eat alone and he's going to go. He said, "No, Irvin, come on up. My mom fixed lunch at the house." So I was like, uh-oh. All right. But I said, okay, cool.
okay.
So we rode up, and Larry has this beautiful, his house is beautiful, great acres and everything. I mean, green grass, it was unbelievable. So we go up to the house, and his mom just greeted me at the door with a big hug. And that sort of just calmed me down. I said, wow, I'm getting a mom bird hug like my mother would hug me,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And so then she told me I was like her favorite player, and I said, okay.
Now leave it to somebody, leave it to Magic to rub it in. She said I was her favorite player, and I was like, well, you know. Look at Bird face now. Look at Bird face on this frame. And you kind of go back to the kid that I don't want to share my mama right now. I'll share her some other time. But I don't want to share my mama right now. Dawg, that's funny.
Mom bird hug like my mother would hug me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so then she told me I was like her favorite player, and I said, okay.
It's worse and worse.
So now I'm really sitting in the seat now. I'm waiting for lunch now because I feel good. But at the end of the day, what happened was we found out we were much alike. Midwest boys, grew up poor, hardworking families, had the same values, and I got to know Larry, the man, and he got to know Irvin, the man.
Now, did things change for you that day as well?
Yeah, I've always respected my opponents and him greatly because of the fact that he was so good.
Yeah.
Everybody said there's a hate element to it, and there never was a hate. It's just that I had so much respect
It's competition
It's
at its
competition.
finest point, isn't it?
Yeah, and you never let your guard down. And he was so good. And I was trying to, I used to have this thing in my head in the summer. I go shoot 700 jump shots that day, and I get ready to leave, and I go, God, I know he's shooting 800. And it dropped me back out there.
Dang, dog. Think
it was
about
mind
that.
games, too. But I always respected him and his teammates, and we had great teams. And it's just unfortunate that we got cheated in a lot of them games in the playoffs.
Cheated.
Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. They got cheated. Bird got cheated. Ain't no way when you just turn. I've seen the replays. Bird tear them nets up. You hear me? I'm that player that, I've had friends that shot ball and we've all shot on a rim that didn't have no net. And that's a cool game. But man, I got to the point where dog, I'm working now. Man, I'm finna go, before we go shoot ball, I'm going to get some nets. I'm gonna pull up to the up on the rim and stand on the car, either we'll horse somebody up there, and we're gonna hang them nets because you wanna hear that. You wanna hear that. When you hit, like it's something about dropping them nets on somebody. So when you watch the replays of Bird, man, all Bird do is sometimes he probably don't even hit the nets. You know what I mean? It's like the very bottom. Like, I don't even know if that makes a noise, very bottom, but it's nothing like that. net sound when you hoop, and I fell in love with it very young. And so going back watching the replay of the Bird, seeing how he busts nets all the time. Come on, bro. Come on. You feel me?
I think
Great teams, and it's just unfortunate that we got cheated in a lot of them games in the playoffs.
Crazy. They got cheated.
cheated. I think talking about that episode where you guys did the commercial and you had lunch and so forth. I think I remember from the documentary that said that you really liked Irvin. You were less fond of Magic. Is that a correct?
Funny.
And what is that?
Well,
what
you
does that
played
mean?
Magic.
Well, Irvin, the man's one thing, but Irvin, the basketball player, I had a little problem with him.
Yeah.
It ended, of course, 20 years ago, but there for, God, what? Well, I can't really say what I think, but
Stupid,
Now,
man.
when you
Stupid.
hear that about you, that he liked Irvin, didn't like Magic, how do you interpret that? How do you feel about that? You know what he's talking about.
It made me feel good.
Yeah.
David, hey, I
It
was
like
born in his side.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be, go out there to kick his butt. That's what my job was, and his job was to kick mine. You know, and so I didn't want Larry to like me. He didn't have to like me, but you know, we both respected each other. I knew Larry could beat me if I made mistakes. If we didn't play our best game, Larry made me have sleepless nights. Right? No, he did. He did. He had me because I was scared to death that I knew he could beat me.
Right.
And so that's what a great player does to you that
Right.
you have to go up against. And not only was he great, the Celtics were great.
Right.
So,
Facts.
And I was the same way, hopefully, you know, in his mind when he went to sleep, thinking about me. Because I was thinking about him when I went to sleep. That was for sure.
It's
See, I like when he say he's cool with Irvin, but he didn't like the Magic part. The Magic is what I had to deal with on my job. You feel me? And my job is to beat Magic. After I done whooped everybody else, I got to climb over Magic to hoist the trophy. So I understand what he's saying. I understand it from Magic's point of view too, because like he said, and I've seen even when I saw like teams that Jordan played or battles that LeBron went through or things Steph went through, just anybody that got to that point to where they were trying to close out a championship. Magic said something about, I knew that he could beat me if I didn't do the little things. Like, you know what I mean? The little mistake that would cost you a game. And there's no running it back, right? It's the best of 7. So you do too many mistakes, that's over with. That could be a whole game right there. We know how that is. If you pay attention to basketball and you watch championship games, you know how turnovers and stuff like that cost you greatly in a game. So I really understand what Magic's talking about. And we know Bird would make you pay with the passing, his hustle. He would throw his whole body into the hustle. If he had to take the shot, he ain't missing. Come on, man. So you knew you couldn't miss shots playing against Bird. And the Celtics were good, just like he said, the Celtics were good. It's a reason those two names, Lakers, Celtics, Lakers, there's a reason those two brands, those two team names stand out in the NBA. It's been a lot of greatness throughout the history of both them teams.
let's.
You know, in his mind, when he went to sleep, thinking about me, because I was thinking about him when I went to sleep. That was for sure.
Correct.
Let's forget everything else. Forget the statistics, forget the friendship, how it evolved, the teams. Do you now, in your heart, believe you're the better player?
Most definitely think he's a better player. Yeah. Why would everybody supposed to think they're the better player? Yeah.
Actually, I've always said that I go by success, and he's won more championships, so I give him the nod.
Oh, yeah. Being very gentlemanly. Now, Magic, same question to you. Is Larry the better player?
I've always said that Larry was the better player. You know,
Really?
because he could do more, shoot from the outside, all those type of things. You know, to us, really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all
what
left it
matters
all
to
on the
me
court.
is that I played against the best. I got to know the man, Larry Bird. And that we got this friendship right now. That's all that matters, because the fans are going to say, hey, Larry Bird was my man. Just like I run into a lot of Celtic fans.
Yeah.
You know, I used to hate you. You know,
I get that all the time.
I get that all the time,
Yeah, I
right?
get
And
it.
so, but they say, I hated the Lakers, but why do we love Magic?
Yeah.
You know? And so, but what matters is that we're friends now. We can do so many things together. I still will hate him now. If we
Yeah.
play checkers or basketball right now, then both of us are changing into those players that we used to be because we still want to beat each other.
You think you were the better player, seriously, don't you?
Silly, man. Hey, David Letterman, hey, the
He was
GOAT.
the better forward, and I was the better guard.
Oh, there you go. That's
There you go.
perfect way of handling it.
Better forward, better guard. Okay.
Tell us, there's this documentary
Crazy.
is, I think, the best sports documentary I've ever seen. And it's not because of anything other than you two gentlemen and who you are, the kind of men you guys are. And one of the points that is very, well, when you have your press conference and announce that you have HIV, the infection, your reaction and your reaction, tell us about your feelings.
Well, my feeling was the first time, you know, I told Lon, my agent, I said, we got to call Larry. And I said, I want to tell him myself. And so I want to talk to him. Well, actually, we couldn't get a hold of him. Then Lon told him, and then Larry wanted to talk to me. And so we were able to talk. And the best feeling, David, is when a friend supports you. And this young man came and supported me. That's what it's all about. Forget the sports, forget the championships, the MVP. He came to my side and supported me, and I'll never forget that. And
When things were rough.
and that's the type of man Larry Bird is.
It's not. No.
Sure can tell what type of person somebody is. Like, it's you know, everybody's up in arms when things are good, but when things are not so good, who's sitting there with you? Who's talking to you? Who's bigging you up? Speaks a lot about somebody's character. Yeah.
Gladly, it's not the way it was in those days. In those days, if you heard anything having to do with this, it seemed like an immediate death sentence.
Exactly.
And gladly, like I say, medical treatment has progressed where it's not that at all. But that's must have been what you were thinking.
Yeah, we always heard 9 years.
Right.
But I remember the day we had a game that night. I always took a nap in the afternoon. My wife woke me up and said, "Hey, Lon Rosen called. You need to call Magic." So when I heard that, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I can remember back my father died, and my heart just sort of, he fluttered a little bit. When I heard about Magic, it's just like I had no energy. I didn't want to. It's the first time I can ever remember not wanting to play basketball, and it had a pit in my stomach for days after. Even after I talked to him, because in my mind, 9 or 10 years, he's going to be gone. And we had the Olympics, down the road. We had things we wanted to accomplish, but it's, man, here he is.
Yeah.
I can tell you, you can tell like certain things you hear or see and your body trying to process that. It lets you know it's deeper than just the hearing, the thought, the pit of your stomach, heart fluttering. I mean, all you had to do was hear that. And your body starts, based on what you heard or seen, you start breaking down this information mentally, and the body starts to act out in different ways. So I'm like, yeah, you cared more about him than you knew. So when you heard that, the pit of your stomach, I mean, it was like a loved one. And yeah, that's wild. So y'all were bigger friends than you knew.
Hopefully things didn't work out the way we feared. Now, I mentioned we talk about it in the introduction. The NBA changed professional basketball. Give us a couple of ideas how the game has changed because of you guys' career.
Well, I think that, the games were tape delayed when Larry and I came into championships. And I remember when we beat the 76ers when I was a rookie, the games came on at 11:30 at night. And so to put now the championships in prime time, the salaries that people make, I mean, we affected a lot of the change that is happening. And then Michael Jordan came in right after us and took it to another level as well. And
Do you guys see?
Shout out to Magic and Bird, man. I always hear that they say in the NBA, and kudos to them guys. I guess that rivalry was like super great for the business. And shout out to Dr. J, because he came before them and he kind of started some of these things like shoe deals, All-Star Game, won a dunk contest and All-Star Game. And then, you know, these guys, you can just kind of look at how the greats had a hold of the wheel and they just took it. One would take it so far and then they would hand off the baton to the next. So it was like Dr. J, Bird and Magic, Jordan. And then, I might have to go back and catch Pistol Pete Maravich and a couple other guys in there. I even saw a nice David West I might have to react to too. So, not David West, excuse me, Jerry West. So, shout out to all these guys, man, that just kind of pushed the brand along, because you got a lot of NBA players, lovers all across the world. And the only way we can just really hold on to and love it is like a lot of work these guys put in, the sacrifice they put in. I know they was away from their families a long time, and I know they got paid well. But still, they had to get out there and do the job. So, yeah, shout out to all these guys.
Kids playing in the league now, they say, oh, geez, this is the way I would have approached it? Or is that the game has changed so much that your style of play doesn't exist or it can't exist?
Oh, it can exist. I mean, there's not many 6'9" point guards out there.
Yeah.
But I think what I see is there's a lot of kids come to our league and take it for granted, but there's also a lot of kids come to our league that want to get better every day, and they do the work necessary to do better and better, and they care about their communities, and they care about their team. I see a lot of that. When I first came to the league, I didn't see hardly any of that.
Right.
I think what me and Irvin did when we came in, people started watching basketball again. And our David Stern, which was our commissioner at the time, first year came in, and just took us to another level. Then you got to remember Jordan, Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone.
Shout out to David Stern. I remember him quite a bit. And then all the people he named, Barkley, Ewing, Alonzo Mourning. Man, it's just so many names. Isaiah Thomas. Man, it's so many greats that came to the league, man. Clyde Drexler. I mean, God, there's so much talent out there. And it still is to this day. Yeah, still is. Shout out to the NBA.
John Stockton, David Stern, which was our commissioner at the time, first year came in, and just took us to another level. Then you got to remember Jordan, Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, John Stockton. All of us sort of came in. They came in a couple years after us. The league got good right away. So we were just happy. We didn't know any of that was going on. We just wanted to play and compete. But in '84, it changed.
Yeah.
But also we made passing fashionable again in the NBA.
Well, I think from a fan's standpoint, from a guy from Indiana who grew up loving and watching high school, college basketball and trying to play and so forth, the great legacy that the two of you leave is a demonstration of how to be a guy, you know, just how to be guys, you know, and that's invaluable.
Yeah.
It's you're thinking at home, you're thinking to yourself, geez, just like Dave and Leno. Well, I wish you could come back tomorrow and the next night and the next night, but I know you guys got to get to the theater to rehearse your big number.
Play Bill.
It's Magic Bird at the Longacre Theater. God, what a pleasure to meet you and to see you again, Magic. Good luck with your Dodgers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back with Jim Gaffigan, everybody.
Guys, let me tell you something, man. I enjoyed this. I know it's been a couple months ago at least when this comment came through for me to check this out. And I know there's many more. So shout out to all of y'all that left a video for me to check out in the comments. And I plan to get to them all. Just it'll be spaces in between it. But yeah. I really enjoyed this interview, man. Two of the greats. Two of the greats, two of the GOATs. I mean, it's a bunch of GOATs throughout all eras and generations. So, yeah, two of the GOATs. And then they came together and got a brotherhood, so that's even better. It shows us not to go too far. Like in the heart of competition, we pick sides and you get the battling and bickering and fighting, and it shows us that even we as fans could be bigger if the people who played each other can get to a point where they could, be around each other without being too out of whack, and maybe even make a brotherhood out of. I know the fans can get along because we hadn't even cut a check from the game. You feel me? At least they were getting paid for it. That's their job. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna talk y'all ear off, man. Shout out to all my long-term subscribers, any new subscribers, and people that might just be checking the video out. You not subscribed, but you just watch the content. Shout out to all y'all, man. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy KJ, man. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace.